Now, if you're creative in any shape or form, so if you use any of these, you're going to have a lot of problems in 2025, more than you might have had before. And so listen up. Now, I bet what I'm going to say is going to ring true for you. When you look at yourself and your work, and how the space has been in your industry for the last few months, maybe even years, you might pick up on some of the things I'm saying. And that's because what I'm saying is coming from having spoken to people in the industry, having spoken to creators in person, on podcasts and, at conventions and events. And I've compared what's been said in the last few months with what's been said, over the last few years. And I've been in this game for 10 years more now, than 10 years. And I'm starting to notice trends. So let's take a jump in and see what I've found. The first problem that we're definitely going to have in 2025 that we're experiencing already is a platforming issue. There's so many different social networks that are around at the moment, and so many different avenues in which we're being encouraged to market what we create, market our art, our music, our writing, that it's becoming increasingly hard to manage all of them, especially when we're at their mercy. Consider just what happened recently. This weekend that I'm filming this, we've had Instagram completely change its formatting so that people that spent years tailoring their images to be square for Instagram tiles, they no longer fit because Instagram changed to rectangles. We have the TikTok ban happening to US creators, and even as somebody in the UK, I did find that people in the US were part of the major driving force on my For You page, even though I very much kept a lot of my searches and the things I viewed local to the UK. It's still got a lot of American voices, so I know it's going to sound very, very different now. That can happen on any platform. They can run out of money, they can get bought, they can change their algorithm, all that sort of stuff. You're at the mercy of them, and that's becoming an increasing problem for creatives. And alongside that, we've got our second issue, AI. Artificial intelligence. It's on the rise. It's a very, very powerful technology. We know this. We know that it's got many uses. A use that I would say is a misuse is its use to create generative art, being used to create music, being used to create imagery, being used to create writing. And when I say writing, I'm talking about creative writing. It's causing a lot of issues with creators and with audiences. Audiences who are aware, and many are, to be fair, audiences who are aware of how AI works, where it scrapes its information from, they're now getting suspicious of artists, of creators, of writers and musicians, constantly demanding proof that they created their work. And as somebody who's, always from the beginning of my career in the arts had to prove that I made the stuff I made, I know how annoying that can be. But it's something that we now have to do to some degree. We have to show more process videos. We have to show more brush marks just to sort of prove that it's us making it. And it's annoying. We've also got the issue that our timelines, our For You pages, our, social medias are being crammed full of AI outputs. It's absolutely swamping everything and making it hard to see the stuff from the artists that we love, from the creators that we love. And also because of course it's scraping from the creators that we love, it's hard to sometimes differentiate what's what and whose is whose. And for us, we're getting lost in there. Us creators who are trying to get our stuff out there, we're getting lost among the slop. And you can see how this isn't conducive to us, growing as artists, growing as creators, and how it can effectively take money out of our pockets, take audiences away from us. It's going to be a problem. It is a problem. And thirdly, um, the big problem that we have is that trends, desires, fashions, they're moving way, way, way faster now. 2024, 2023 have proved this, but it just seems to be ramping up. 2025, you blink and you miss a trend. I hear people say things, and I'm just like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And they say, it was everywhere on social media. You know that TikTok, you know that post. so on and so forth. And I'm just like, I have no idea. Things are moving so fast, and this means that our clientele, our customers, our audience, they're increasingly unpredictable. And gone are the days when I could say do a Comic Con and know exactly what was going to sell most of the time, or I could put up a post and know, this is definitely going to get likes. There was always a level of unpredictability, especially with the internet. There always is, but it was never at this level, and especially in person, it was never at this level. I'm constantly surprised when I look at my records after an event and see what sold the most and what didn't sell. It's very hard to prep now and to decide what I'm going to bring along and what I'm not going to bring along. It's hard to figure out how many of each thing to bring along. It's just a lot. It's a lot of unpredictability. So it's one thing to watch out for. And I think it's one of those cases where it might be very useful to bring in an outside opinion to see what somebody else thinks when they look at your data, when they look at your merchandise or the services that you're offering, and just see, hey, do you think that this is in at the moment? Do you think that this will sell at the next convention, or do you think this will sell if I upload it to my shop? And see how it goes from there, because things are changing very, very, very fast, and we're only human, but it's not physically possible to keep up with it a lot of the time, especially if we're doing this part time and we've got a main job on the side or other responsibilities like family. And finally, just sort of grouping all these 3 points together, I would say that our major problem is that we're just being stretched way too thin. Yes, we always had to market ourselves. Yes, we always had to, be the people that were driving, making, putting together, calling, answering emails. But it just feels so much more now, between the different platforms, between the different formats, between the different types of content we have to make, and between the fact that we are analysts just as much as we are creators and business owners now. It's stretching us pretty thin, and for that, as usual, the encouragement to creators is always to look after yourself, look after your mental health, and try and be content with the small wins, or with the just neutral stuff that is neither a win nor a loss. That's in the middle, because I spoke to a lot of convention artists, so people in Arts Alley or traders who have either quit because it was just getting too much, or they've gone through quite a few rough patches mentally, and I think that's something that we need to keep an eye out for, especially going into this year where we already started with a great bout of unpredictability and a great bout of loss and unexpectedness happening at once. But yeah, that was what I wanted to say, just to be prepared for a 2025 that's going to be full of things that we might not have seen before, full of things that we might not have expected. It's going to be fun, but it's in many ways going to be tough. But that's all for now. If this sort of content interests you, be sure to subscribe, drop us a like, and also leave a comment. What do you think this year is going to shape up to be? What do you think your greatest issues and challenges are going to be this year? It'll be really interesting to hear. That's all for now. Until next time.